al-Maliki affirms that some of the countries neighboring Iraq support the terrorists in their ferocious assault. Syrian Arab Army units eliminate a large number of terrorists in a series of operations in Damascus Countryside and Aleppo. The Zionist enemy escalates its land and air aggression on Gaza and detains hundreds of Palestinians. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Irado Krikorian with the news in English. President Bashar al-Assad has received a letter from Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas congratulating him on behalf of the Palestinian people and on his own behalf over the precious confidence granted by the Syrian people to President His Excellency in electing him as President of the Syrian Arab Republic. President Abbas said electing President al-Assad embodies keenness on preserving Syria's unity and sovereignty and will contribute to an end to its crisis in confronting terrorism. He wished Syria progress and stability. An information source has dismissed as absolutely untrue reports by the channels involved in shedding Syrian blood about the shelling by the Syrian Air Force of places inside Iraqi territories. In his weekly address to the Iraqi people, Iraqi Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki said the ferocious terrorist assault on Iraq has been receiving all forms of support from some neighboring countries. Al-Maliki said those who have rebelled against the Iraqi constitution have cooperated with al-Qaeda and ISIL terrorists in dealing a blow to Iraq's unity and independence. They covered up the terrorist violation of the governorate of Nineveh, thus becoming more dangerous on Iraq than the terrorists themselves. Al-Maliki pointed out that forming a national rescue government is a coup against the constitution and the political process and an attempt by the rebels to undermine the democratic experience and voters' opinions. Meanwhile, the Iraqi army has repelled an attack north of Beiji, confirming its full control of the oil refinery. On the other hand, the security forces in Babel have reportedly captured a cell belonging to the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant organization in Jarf al-Sakhr area. To express their support for the army in fighting the terrorists, the people of Ziqar Governorate formed military battalions comprising 1,600 volunteers to confront the terrorists and eliminate them. Within this context, the Iraqi Vice President declared the Iraqi presidency's intention to issue in the upcoming few days a decree calling on the new parliament to convene in order to discuss the current developments and means of confronting the terrorists. Units of the Syrian Arab Army killed and wounded dozens of terrorists in Damascus Countryside and destroyed their dens and hideouts. Syrian Arab Army units targeted terrorist gatherings in Khan al-Sheikh, al-Husayniya farms, Mughar al-Mir and al-Darkhabiya in Damascus Countryside, eliminating a number of terrorists and destroying their weaponry. Syrian Arab Army unit also killed and injured a number of terrorists in Rasm al-Khawalid village in al-Qunaitira countryside, destroying their weapons and ammunition. In Aleppo, Syrian Arab Army units killed and injured a number of terrorists in the old city, especially in Al-Marj, Bani Zayd and Al-Sakhur neighborhoods, and destroyed their weapons. Syrian Arab Army units also destroyed terrorist gatherings in Kafr Hamra, Al-Layramun, Qasd al-Mushut, Qadi Askar, Maysar, Hritan, Kafr Da'il, Al-Shuwayhne, and the industrial area, killing and injuring a number of terrorists. In occupied Palestine, 2 Palestinian marine policemen were injured in airstrikes by the Israeli forces of occupation on different parts of Gaza Strip. Israeli airstrikes hit a park near the marine site west of al-Nusra and another site for the Islamic Jihad movement north of Gaza. The Israeli occupation fighter jets pounded the farms north of Gaza Strip, targeting a poultry farm east of Khan Yunis. The Israeli airstrikes also targeted areas in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza Strip and the roundabout of At-Tawam northwest of Gaza. In the West Bank, the Israeli aggression continued for the 13th day in a row, arresting more Palestinians, including 2 members of the Legislative Council, bringing to 550 the number of Palestinians arrested during raids in which many Palestinians were abused and their houses were destroyed. In Egypt, 2 citizens were injured in 4 blasts in the railway stations of Ghamra, Shubra al-Khayme and al-Qubba bridge in Cairo subway. Egyptian police said that the blasts, which were carried out by the terrorist Muslim Brotherhood organization, aimed to escalate tension and targeted citizens' security and safety. The source added that the blasts by explosive devices took place as crowds of citizens were coming from and into the railway stations in and around Cairo. Now over to the latest business and market news, but after a short break. Stay tuned.